Life as we know it is about to change in such a profound and meaningful way. And if you've been feeling like there's this big change on the horizon, but you haven't been able to put your finger on it and figure out what this change is and what direction it's taking you into, then next week promises a moment of profound clarity that could help you figure out exactly that. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Chrissy, and in this video we're going to look at the astrology for the week starting 17th of November, ending the 23rd of November, the profound changes that could be unlocked during this week and how to tap into them. Because this week is a threshold. Mercury retrograde reaches its deepest point, its turning point, and in the middle of that, what awaits us isn't just chaos, it's this moment of lucid clarity, which coincides perfectly. They're just 3 hours away from each other with a new moon, creating this potent portal for new beginnings, fresh perspectives, and your life possibly going in a direction that you never could have anticipated before. This is where your subconscious becomes your guide. Your buried truths emerge as wisdom. So let me show you how to step through that portal. We are currently living through a highly emotionally charged time. The outer planets, Uranus, Neptune, Saturn, are all in the midst of changing signs. They have just retrograded back into their old signs for one final hurrah, and they are moving permanently into their new signs at the beginning of next year. So between winter and spring 2026, we can expect some massive, profound changes on a global societal level, because these outer planets affect all of us. Two of them, Neptune and Saturn, are changing into the sign of Aries, which is the first sign of the zodiac. So they are beginning a whole new zodiacal cycle, which brings about entirely new themes emerging related to anything that those planets touch upon. And these are huge, huge changes. And some of us are already feeling these changes. Some of us already have changes on the horizons. For some of us, life is already taking some very interesting and unexpected turns. A lot of other people have this kind of sense that there is something coming, there is something big on the horizon, but you can't quite put your finger on it. You don't know what it is yet. There might be some clues in your life already being placed here and there, but they won't really make sense now. They won't make sense until after the event or after the time. So we are collectively on this kind of precipice at the moment. And to add to the depth of what we're all experiencing, we have had Grand Water Trines of so many planets coming in and out of a trine or even a kite constellation. And basically what that does is it makes us a lot more switched on to our emotions, not just our own emotions, but each other's emotions as well. Our intuition is coming to the forefront, and we can truly feel things that we thought were buried very deep, not just within us, but within others as well. And so it's been a little bit of a game of musical chairs, as in which planets have been in this trine constellation. But on Monday, we're going to have an exact trine between the Sun in Scorpio, Jupiter in Cancer, and Saturn in Pisces. And with the Sun being involved in this trine, this makes this experience very personal. We feel it on a personal level, while also being switched on to our community, our neighborhood, our immediate surroundings, because the two social planets, Saturn and Jupiter, are also involved. And when there is so much watery energy going around, things can get a little bit murky, at least for the logical mind. The next step ahead is not really clearly visible to the mind. It's not necessarily logical. It's your intuition that becomes your compass now. It's your feelings that are the data, and it's your dreams that are the medicine. And this theme of just enhanced emotional intelligence and enhanced emotions is taking the stage for the entire rest of the week. But what's interesting is that on Wednesday, Mercury retrogrades from Sagittarius back into Scorpio. This is where our minds start to go deep. We start to go forensic. Things that didn't make sense to us, especially anything related to our beliefs, to faith, to philosophy, religions, higher education, anything surrounding those themes, things that suddenly don't make sense, beliefs that we have either established ourselves or that we have picked up from philosophy, religion, society, education. We start going deep on those as soon as Mercury retrogrades back into Scorpio. We start to really dissect them and analyze them to the tiniest degree. And just one day after this switch, so on Thursday, we have a Mercury cazimi, where Mercury exactly conjoins the Sun, this time during retrograde motion. It offers this moment of profound clarity. Amidst the chaos of Mercury retrograde, where thoughts might have been a bit hazy, inconsistent, you might have felt a lot of mental restlessness, even confusion. Depending on where in the chart Sagittarius and Scorpio are for you, you will be affected more or less by this retrograde. But amidst all of this confusion, potential miscommunications, all of the things that come with Mercury retrograde, we get this moment of clarity. And it coincides almost perfectly with the new moon in Scorpio, one of the deepest, most profound new beginnings that you can have. Every new moon is a new beginning, but in Scorpio, this is rebirth. This is the phoenix rising from the ashes. So whatever brilliant genius insight comes with this cazimi on Thursday, we can expect it to take our lives in an entirely new direction. The thoughts that have been circling wild around in your head, all of a sudden Thursday, they make sense. Any conversations that you've been avoiding, come Thursday, you know what to say. You might not like it, that's a whole different story, but you know the way forward, you know the right thing to say. This is sudden, searing truth, but just remember that Mercury is still in retrograde. And with this clarity may come a desire to kind of rush into this. You might get really excited about the new horizons that have opened up for you. But this is still a time of refinement, of planning, of rethinking things. We will have another week or so left after this new moon and after the cazimi to plan, to sketch things out, to just mull things over a little bit. And then once Mercury goes direct again, that's where we can start taking practical action steps. And that's going to be especially important to remember from Saturday onwards, because on Saturday, the Sun enters Sagittarius. And when the Sun enters Sagittarius, we all get a little bit more adventurous, a bit more optimistic. And there is this just really strong desire and drive to go out, to explore the world, to explore something new, to start something. Sagittarius is a fire sign. All of the fire signs love starting things. They love expanding, exploring, going to where other people have not gone before. This fiery energy loves to, do first, think later. So just be very mindful of that. While Mercury is still in retrograde, don't charge full steam ahead just yet. Just give it those few more days. Take that excitement, bottle it up somewhere and just put it on a shelf until next week, because next week is going to serve you so much better. But what you are invited to think about is, okay, I have discovered this now. I have discovered this new truth about myself, about my beliefs, about how I see the world, how I see my place in the world. And then as the Sun moves into Sagittarius, this is an invitation to integrate that and to make a plan and see, okay, now that this has fundamentally changed my experience, what do I make of this? What can I create out of this? Where can I go? What is the most exciting path to take from this deeper knowledge? And in that way, the Sun entering Sagittarius is this kind of bridge that is going to take you to this beautiful new place that you may have never considered before. But just make sure that there is enough time to lay that bridge properly, that it's safe. Give it a bit of time to stabilize itself. So your practical guidance for this week is I really invite you to do some journaling, especially between Monday and Wednesday, and then again on Thursday. Monday to Wednesday is going to be the entries that you might like to review after Mercury has gone direct again, because it will illustrate to you the change in thinking, the change in your perspective as Mercury was retrograde, and then after the cazimi, and as it's gone direct again, because comparing those perspectives is going to truly give you a full picture and equip you with everything that you need to know for this new path that is being created for you. Thursday's new moon, this is the moment of clarity, and in order to truly make the most out of that, a Scorpio new moon is quite an introverted new moon, especially with all of this watery energy that we're experiencing as well. Remember, you're not just switched on to your own emotions, you're also switched on to those of everybody around you, and that could get a bit overwhelming. So Thursday is really a day where, as much as possible, you might want to spend it either alone or with somebody very close who doesn't place this kind of emotional burden on you, so to speak. If you'd like to perform a little ceremony or a little ritual, those are absolutely fantastic and can really take your life from the mundane to the truly magical. I do have one of those in my free newsletter, which is called Manifestology. I don't really go through these in my YouTube videos, but if you'd like a step-by-step ritual, you can sign up for my newsletter completely free. I will put the link in the description box so you can come inside the circle and do a little ritual with us. And then on Saturday, we project forward. This is where we can set one powerful intention for the next cycle, for the Sagittarius season. If you know which of your houses is ruled by Sagittarius, even better, you can set an intention that is specific to that area of your life. So for example, if Sagittarius rules your first house, you may wish to set an intention about how you present yourself, your sense of fashion, beauty, of your presence, and how you express yourself. If Sagittarius rules your sixth house, you may wish to set an intention for your daily habits, for your health, for your routines. If it rules your ninth house, then you may wish to set some intentions about your learning, your study, your higher education, or maybe some long distance travel plans. If you don't know, then no problem, no worries. You may wish to set an intention about how you wish to experience the rest of 2025, how you wish to experience the festive season in a way that nourishes you, not everybody else's expectations. So this week, remember, you're not just surviving Mercury retrograde, you are being reborn through it. Your clarity is coming and it's your superpower. So trust it, use it, share it. And speaking of sharing, if you know somebody who is ready to step through this portal but could just use a tiny little nudge, then please do share this video with them. Also, make sure you like and subscribe if you found this useful, and I will see you again next week for next week's video, where we are meeting reborn with hopefully a lot more clarity and ready for what the rest of 2025 is going to bring. I'll see you then.